Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, knowledge of the Absolute. We are on chapter 7, text 18. Udara sarva evaite jnanitva atmaiva me matam astita sahi yuktatma mam evanu tamam gatim. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls. But he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me the highest and most perfect goal. So Krishna spoke about 4 people who never surrender to him, the Naradamas, the Mudas, the atheists, the lowest of the mankind. Then he spoke of the 4 people who come to him, the 4 kind of pious people. 4 pious people. There's some sukriti there, because not everyone who's distressed comes to Krishna, So he says someone who's in distress, somebody who's seeking knowledge, someone who's inquisitive, or somebody who wants wealth. They come to me. But these people have to have some kind of piety there. Sukriti, spiritual piety, not ordinary material piety. Then they come to Krishna. And then what happens? They engage in devotional service. They're in the association of pure devotee. And then they become pure devotees themselves. Then Krishna says, out of these 4, the one who comes to me in knowledge is the most dear to me. So, but then what to do? We may have so many different desires, then what to do? But Krishna is saying, you just continue to associate with pure devotee, you will become a pure devotee, you will get the knowledge. So then we will also become dear to Krishna. It's just a process. We just continue hearing and chanting. And then he's saying that all these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls. So anyone who's a devotee of Krishna is a magnanimous soul, no matter if there is material desire in there or no. As long as one is following the instructions of Krishna, worshipping Krishna, following Krishna's instructions, following the 4 regulative principles, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex, and then initiated into the Krishna consciousness movement, who are coming to Krishna, he's saying, and they are magnanimous. But one who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Means on the same platform, not that the devotee has become God. It's not that, but because the relationship is there, revived with God. The devotee has revived his relationship with God. So naturally, he's dear to him. When we have our relationship with our children or our spouse, they are very dear to us and we are very dear to him. And that natural attachment is there because of the relationship. So similarly, when we revive our relationship with God, the natural attachment is there. So reading on from the purport, it is not that the devotees who are less complete in knowledge are not dear to the Lord. The Lord says that all are magnanimous, because anyone who comes to the Lord for any purpose is called a Mahatma or great soul. So all the devotees are great souls, no matter what they have in their heart. Krishna says, "Sa Mahatma Su Durlabha." Anyone who comes to me is a Mahatma. Of course, he's very rare, but he's a Mahatma. The devotees who want some benefit out of devotional service are accepted by the Lord because there is an exchange of affection. Children ask the father, can you please buy me this? You're going there. Can you please buy me that? And out of affection, the father gets it. Father loves the child and he does get it. So out of affection, they ask the Lord for some material benefit. And when they get it, they become so satisfied that they also advance in devotional service. So they say, oh, Krishna, they feel gratitude. Gratitude, Krishna, I asked you for this. Krishna, you have fulfilled my desire. And so then the attachment to Krishna increases. Advance in devotional service. What does it mean, advance in devotional service? Increasing our hearing and chanting, following the instructions of Krishna. But the devotee in full knowledge is considered to be very dear to the Lord because his only purpose is to serve the Supreme Lord with love and devotion. So the devotee in knowledge, full knowledge, is the pure devotee. Is the pure devotee because he has understood his a relationship with God, that I am an eternal part and parcel of God. I'm an eternal servant of God. I have a loving relationship with God. And so I am going to serve God for God's pleasure with love and devotion. So such a devotee is very dear to the Lord. Why? Because the Lord is very dear to the devotee. Such a devotee cannot live a second without contacting or serving the Supreme Lord. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is very fond of his devotee and cannot be separated from him. So it's not just one-sided, it's both ways. The devotee loves the Supreme Lord and the Supreme Lord loves the devotee. It's a two-way relationship. It's not one way. There's a reciprocation. There's an exchange of love, expression of love. This is what we need to revive. Each of us has this loving relationship with God. We just have to revive it. And the way we can revive it is by hearing and chanting. Hearing and chanting, following the four regulative principles. When we follow the four regulative principles, we can understand the spiritual knowledge more easier, more faster. It's easier for us to understand our relationship or what is Krishna saying. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 4, Text 68, the Lord says, Sadhava hridayam mayam, sadhunam hridayam tva aham, mad anyat tena jananti na ham tebhyo managapi. The devotees are always in my heart, and I am always in the heart of the devotees. So where does the Lord live? The Lord, he says, I am not in Vaikuntha. I am not where the Brahmanas are chanting the Vedic hymns, but I am where the devotees are sincerely engaged in hearing and chanting my names. I am the heart of the devotee who's sincerely calling out to me. I am there. The devotee does not know anything beyond me, and I also cannot forget the devotee. This is a personal loving relationship between God and the living entity. Each and every living entity has this relationship. There is a very intimate relationship between me and the pure devotees. Krishna is saying that. Very intimate relationship between me and the pure devotees. It's a relationship based on love. Pure devotees in full knowledge are never out of spiritual touch, and therefore they are very much dear to me. Jai. So this is where the Lord is. He is always in the heart of the devotees. The Lord is very loving, very, very loving, very kind, very compassionate. And he's waiting to bring us all back home, back to Godhead. And because he wants us to come back home, he has left behind this beautiful, beautiful song of his, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is song of God, is the song of Krishna. Krishna sang this song to Arjuna for Arjuna's benefit and also for our benefit. He's left behind this so that we can also revive our love for him and go back to him and be situated in our eternal loving relationship with him. Is that all right? Yes. So we'll stop here for today. Thank you so much for listening and joining in. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare